Greetings, Earth Stars. Eliane Nicole here, your astrologer and tarot reader. And now I'm going to do the cosmic weather report for the week of January 10th through January 16th. And I'm going to talk about some of the main planetary transits and my interpretation of them. Monday, January 10th, the Sun in Capricorn is sextiling Neptune in Pisces. This aspect signals that the work ethic, the dedication, the discipline, the commitment is all in place for the dream to come into fruition. It's like the dream is coming in, the dream is growing. So that's a really beautiful energy. Also, Monday, January 10th, the asteroid Vesta is moving into Capricorn. So Vesta is the high priestess asteroid, and this has a lot to do with devotion and what is sacred to us. Wherever she is in our chart, because it's Capricorn, this could largely have to do with things like business and money and like what's important to you, what are you devoted to in your work, what is sacred to you in your work. For people who are not doing work where that's available to them, I think that they're going to be looking to find that. You see, last summer they had, it was the Great Resignation in America. And then in November, there were reports of like record-breaking numbers of people quitting their jobs, millions and millions of people all in 1 month. And you see that people are no longer, people don't walk away from jobs that they feel a devotion to or where they feel something sacred in what they're doing and what they're contributing and what they're a part of. And I just think that we're seeing a real movement towards that during this Vesta and Capricorn transit. Also, you can look where Capricorn is in your chart, and you will probably be forming some kind of devotion in that area of your life during this transit. On Tuesday, January 11th, Mars in Sagittarius is squaring Neptune in Pisces. So yeah, this is kind of like a super dynamic aspect. This can be a test of faith. This can indicate a tragedy of some kind. This can indicate conflicting ideologies or people fighting over belief systems, whether that be political beliefs or religious beliefs or, health-related beliefs. This can be an aspect that can signal a martyr or martyrdom, some kind of form of that rising to the, world stage. It can bring up suicides, drug overdoses, unfortunately. It can bring up, injuries or accidents for, athletes or around water, possibly things like that. And so, it's a very, it can be a dangerous energy. There can be deception with this, smoke and mirrors. It can be like a holy roller or Bible thumping kind of aspect, religious wars, that kind of thing. So yeah, it can involve sacrifice of some kind. So yeah, that's Tuesday. No, but also Tuesday we have the Sun conjunct Neptune. And by the way, that Mars Neptune, you would probably experience that personally only if you have any planets directly at 20 degrees in your chart. Otherwise, you might just be reading about it on the headlines, or it could be in the movies you're watching or the book you're reading, or, that kinds of thing. Also Tuesday, the Sun in Capricorn is conjuncting Juno in Capricorn. So this is really strong partnership aspect. It's really strong for long-term business partnerships, long-term creative collaborations, but also it's great for marriages. around business matters, money matters, practical matters, coming together with your partner on those issues. Wednesday, the moon is still in Taurus, and then in the evening it moves into Gemini. All day Thursday, the moon is in Gemini. So, you know, that's taking care of a lot of just like busy work and emails and follow-up phone calls and talking to people and kind of busy days. But keep in mind, the Mercury retrograde energy is already starting to roll in, which means Mercury, the planet that rules our intellect, how we think, how we listen, how we learn, it also rules messages, is stationing retrograde at 10 degrees Aquarius. So it's going to be retrograde in Aquarius until February 3rd, but it's going to dip into Capricorn for part of that. So there are a couple of flavors to this Mercury retrograde period, but the Mercury in Aquarius period, which is this week, really has to do with mental health issues. I think mental health issues have been on the table for most everyone in, year 2 of the pandemic here. And this Mercury retrograde refrain is going to really be bringing that up. I think we're going to be seeing some pretty crazy, examples coming to the headlines that make us talk about this topic. And also, Aquarius rules the internet. And so Mercury retrograde in Aquarius is sure to be bringing up, servers being down, I think hacking, malware, freezing computers. Mercury is kind of in aspect to Uranus, so there could be electrical grid shut down, like types of things, broadcasting troubles, things like that. So that is happening. And I'm going to do a separate Mercury retrograde video, but also on Friday the 14th, Ceres, the asteroid Ceres, is stationing direct in Taurus. And so this has to do with parenting issues, motherhood issues. And this could be the day that the station is happening. This could have to do with stubbornness around parenting or mothering issues. And it could be around money, it could be around security, around comfort, around food, any of those kinds of topics. And then Saturday, the moon moves into Cancer. This is a very cozy day at home, I think, for everybody, after probably a pretty intense week with that Mars square Neptune energy that came in on Tuesday. And even though that perfected on Tuesday, anything with Neptune is like a wave, and so you could have felt it coming in since the 6th, and you'll feel it rolling out possibly until the 16th, depending on how tuned you are to the Neptune frequency. Usually, like artists, spiritual types, doctors can really be tuned into the Neptune energy a lot. But you just have to look at your chart to see if it's connected to one of your personal planets, or if you have a planet at the 20th degree where that Neptune-Mars square is happening, that this week is going to really be personal for you. But I'm interested to see what happens for the collective, because Mars square Neptune usually brings something pretty, noteworthy. So finally, the last aspect of the week I'm going to talk about is Sunday the 16th. The Sun in Capricorn conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn. And so this is for the collective. I mean, this really has to do with world leaders and major power plays around, money, power. We see maybe Plutonian and dark figures coming together, world leaders coming together, to make some big power plays, is what it looks like. There could be, this could have to do with death. This could be, Sun conjunct Pluto, and in our personal lives, you have to look to the house Capricorn rules in your chart. But yes, issues of power and money and control can come up. You know, ambition could come up. It's not necessarily negative. It's in a personal chart way. For the collective, it looks like it could be, it's slightly foreboding, but not necessarily, but it definitely looks like, you know, power plays from the wealthy and powerful. I mean, what can I say? And yeah, so that is my forecast for the week. Thank you for joining me. I hope you got something useful from this. If you're more interested in knowing how these planetary transits affect you personally, please contact me for a reading. You can go to my profile bio on Instagram at astrology.tarot.Eliane Nicole and hit the contact button, and there you can email or text me to schedule a reading. And please have a wonderful week. Thank you for joining me.